Okay, let's do this. Blood and guts, blood and guts, blood and guts. The long awaited show of blood and guts. Something that was supposed to happen last year, kind of around this time, I believe, but due to the pandemic, there was no blood and guts match last year. But now we are going to do a blood and guts match this year on TV. Would have probably put it on pay per view, but obviously this show is here to pop a rating since that the whole little million mark thing went down last week, so I'm sure this is mostly an easy way to get a million this week. So, yeah, this show is here to pop a rating, okay? So, with this blood and guts match, or war games, but we can't call it games for obvious reasons, and it was kind of odd when they kept saying Arn Anderson was in the first ever blood and guts match, so we know why they have to say it. The reason why they can't even say war games, because WWE owns it and whatnot. So there you go. But with blood and guts, there's still a lot to talk about this show. But basically, the main match of the Inner Circle versus the Pinnacle. But there's still a lot of other stuff going on in this show. Okay, with two rings in the I don't want to say two rings in the ring, but we got two wrestling rings out there tonight, and we do kick it off with John Moxley and Eddie Kingston versus Kenny Omega and Michael Naka Get Off My TV Zawa, which I don't know why he needs to be the first thing on my TV. With Don Callis, if both of them came out. Basically, Don Callis wanted to do the introductions and talked about a lot of Japanese legendary wrestlers from Baba to Inoki to Okada Ibushi. I don't know if Okada and Ibushi are legends yet, but and Nakazawa. And he tried to say Kenny Omega could not make it tonight, but Nakazawa was going to do the matches by himself. Moxley and Kingston came out, but Omega ended up attacking him from behind with the AEW title, which honestly, this tag match somewhat kind of started to drag for me. I actually went to the bathroom halfway through this match because I just didn't really want to see this tag match, okay? Number one, it was just Nakazawa in there, so I don't know why he's even putting on a full competitive match with these guys. Thank God he didn't pour baby oil over himself. I don't get why he's some tech dude out there. I really don't understand that. It ended up with Omega leaving anyways, and then Kingston and like Mox hit like some type of clothesline half suplex combo move, lariat or something, okay, for the win. But right after the Young Bucks, who look like giant pineapples or hotel curtains or whatever Hawaiian stuff they're going on. And then Gals and Anderson look like 1930s bouncers with those hats on their head. Basically, how many times have we beaten down um, Moxley and Kingston? Where are the faces? Where is the backup? Where are any of these guys? Because that's when Omega and them came back out. I didn't even know Cutler was like, I think I said this last week. So he's like some young boy, like, I don't know, cameraman, something. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't understand that. But basically, they beat the crap out of these guys again. Once again. Where are the faces? Where are the faces, huh? Where are the faces? Like, literally, it's like the same thing every freaking week. Or, well, almost every week. I sit there like, how many beatdowns are they going to have? And then again, you look at last week when, Moxley and Kingston had the upper hand. Where were all these guys last week on the show? Okay, like literally, where were they at last week? We see them beat these two up almost 3, 4 different times, but they don't show up last week. But now we're back to the same song and dance as this week, okay? So, I don't know, man. This whole feud is just kind of odd. I'm assuming Moxley and Kingston are just going to go after the tag belts. Is Moxley even still after this damn heavyweight title? Because I don't even really know myself at this point either. But it's like the same beat down almost every week. All right. And it's just really predictable. All right. And of course, I don't know. Like I said, where are the faces? So I didn't really care about this match. QT Marshall went against Cody Rhodes. It was a good match. I think we all knew it was going to happen. I never really believed QT was ever going to win. I had a problem with them doing a freaking reverse tombstone pile driver several times, and Cody hits it, but QT kicks out of a tombstone, which I'm sure Undertaker will be pissed, but I just kind of question that move and whatnot. And then, at some point, Cody started bleeding from his eye. I don't know when that happened. All I just know is that after the whole tombstone, Cody did the crossroads. QT kicked out. Then, he tried to pick up QT. QT gave him the middle finger, and then Cody put him in the figure four for the win. And then right after, Anthony Ogogo came out, and of course, he's One Punch Man, so he ended up punching him in the stomach and then putting the UK flag over him, then leaving him on the ground. So, listen, the match was okay, but let's be honest, nobody really believed QT was ever going to win this match. Could he have used the win to actually somewhat take him seriously? Yeah, maybe, but at the same time, this dude was just an underling of Cody. Nobody really ever believed he was ever going to win. Cody could have given the rub to him, but no, Cody gets his payback, of course. We could make a lot of Cody, Triple H, or Jeff Jarrett jokes right now, because I'm sure everybody's comparing him to that. But hey, Cody's got to put himself over again, folks. That's Cody Rhodes, everybody. Cody Rhodes. So yeah, I guess he'll face a Go-Go next, or this is not over. But next thing you know, Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page cut a promo. Scorpio's promo was really bad, odd, trying to be like a lot of Batman references. Riddle me this. Who's afraid of the big bad black bat, bad black bat? I don't know. And saying, I'm the franchise now, Steve. Ethan Page's promo sounded a little bit better, talking about, listen, man, we could talk about a lot of matches we had in the past, but nobody doesn't want to hear about that. Let's talk about the metal plate you got in your head because of me, okay? So at least Ethan Page's promo sounded a little bit better. Scorpio's was just really odd. Some would say this is something WWE would do, or probably Matt Riddle would have cut this, but a lot of Batman references in that whole promo. But Darby ended up coming in, attacking them, which they were nearly on the balcony almost, which Scorpio and them got the upper hand on him, and they threw him down a flight of stairs, basically damn near killing him, okay? Especially falling down some concrete stairs, but hey, Darby's an insane person, so there you go. Britt Baker went against Julia Hart, I believe her name is. Don't really know much about her. Basically, this was a little showcase win for Baker because at Double or Nothing, she will face Hikaru Shida for the I almost said knockouts, AEW Women's Championship. So we all knew that was coming and whatnot. So be ready for that match. I'll say a little bit more about Double or Nothing near the end of this show. Okay. Next, a fatal 4-way tag team, which I guess this is going to see who's going to be faced for the tag titles, which we obviously knew who was going to win right here. Okay, SCU, Jungle Express, the Varsity Blondes. You have to check out that 2-hour Brian Pillman Dark Side of Ring episode. Sorry, I already saw part 1, and the Acclaim, which they start basically spin some bars about, the Young Cucks or the Young Bucks, and even Dark Side of the Ring reference also. Listen, it was a good tag match, but come on, we all knew SCU was winning, okay? If Daniels and Kazarian lose another match, they'll never be a team again. So if this was for a title shot, who really thought they were going to lose, okay? What was the point of this match? You knew it was going to be SCU. If they lose again, they're not going to be a tag team anymore. So, yeah, of course, they were going to get their title shot next week. So I don't want to say it was a waste of a match, but you knew who was going to win. Match was okay. We got a promo video next week. IWGP US title on the line. Basically, they showed some clips of Jon Moxley in New Japan, of all the opponents he's defeated, from Juice Robinson to Lance Archer to Minoru Suzuki to Kenta. I believe that's everybody he's faced for that US championship at this point. And now he's going against Yuji Nagata. Basically, they did have promo video for both of them, and Moxley talked about Nagata. He is a legend, but with respect, I wanted you to come to Dynamite, and now I'm going to teach you something in the ring, because there will be no respect for anyone once that bell rings, since Nagata was calling him out. So we'll see what happens. I'm glad we had some promo, and it was from New Japan and whatnot. So yes, Blue Justice versus the Death Rider next week for the IWGP US title. Hopefully we get somebody else facing for that belt pretty soon. You still owe Zack Sabre Jr. a match. We never got that. But hey, that was due to the pandemic and everything. I thought they would have sent someone else from I don't know, anyone else from New Japan, but it's kind of hard. Now, I don't want to say bring Jay White, because Jay White's like, what, fucking never open weight champion right now. Hey, quadruple crown champion, not a triple crown. He's the quadruple crown champion. Go watch that match against Tana. But next, after that promo, we got a Kenny Omega promo, which he came out with the AEW, AAA Mega Title, TNA, and Impact World Title with Nakazawa carrying other belts. So, and I saw this quote, and Bully Ray had a point about this. If I'm Impact or even AAA too, I'd be pissed if Michael Nakazawa is carrying the belts. Listen, I know Kenny Omega is like the belt collector, and I know he's not going to carry all the belts on him, even though we've seen people at least carry all the title belts. He could have done that. It makes your company look a little bit weak in a way. Because we've seen belt collectors before in wrestling, but at least they carried all the belts on them, okay? You don't have your fucking underling carry the belts, all right? Especially not because how is this guy still up after they killed him early in the night, okay? So I kind of even looked at what Bully Ray said on Twitter. I'm like, you know what? He's kind of got a point about that. If I'm Impact or AAA, I'd be pissed. And then again, it's not like anybody from Impact's going to show up, which I've said that for the longest now, show up and attack Omega right here. Didn't Omega and them attack Sami Callihan and Eddie Edwards last week? Even Finn Juice also on the show. Why can't Callihan get the payback? I've been saying about that about Rich Swann for almost 2-3 months now, okay? We've seen nobody show up and show any retaliation against Beckett Omega on their own show. It's just been Omega and the Good Brothers beating them up on Impact, which I'm sure we'll probably see tomorrow night on Thursday also. So we'll see what happens with that. But I would expect maybe Callihan to face Omega or somebody. Moose still needs to be the one to take that belt off of Omega. I'm telling you that right now. Moose has to be the guy. But listen, Omega start cutting his promo, which honestly it went too long. They start talking about Pac and Orange Cassidy, I guess, who's going to challenge him in Double or Nothing. Cassidy came out. Omega looked like he just started to talk, and it's like he just kept talking. I was halfway paying attention. He took off his sunglasses and talked about you. I'm going to face you at the pay-per-view? Nah, it's not happening. Yeah. Basically, he's just underestimating Orange Cassidy and talked about coming to me in 10 years when you grow to be an adult. Honestly, it's got to be Pac versus Kenny at the pay-per-view. I'm sorry. And I know people like Orange Cassidy, but I've said before, he's an acquired taste. In no way you shouldn't be main eventing a pay-per-view with Omega and Cassidy. I'm sorry, all right? Is it really going to freaking draw? I really want it. Like, let's be honest. How many people are going to buy it for that? How many? That doesn't even sound like a main event match to me on a pay-per-view. Pac versus Omega? Okay. Cassidy? Come on, man. It's like doing the whole Jericho feud over again. Look how that turned out. So, I wouldn't really do that. Pac's got to go over. I'm really serious. How far are we about to go with this Cassidy shit? Come on now. I like the guy, but like I said, he's an acquired taste. All right? I'm up and down on the dude. You can't put the fucking world title on this guy, which I know it's not going to happen. But a shot at the pay-per-view, though? Come on. Come on now. And we do a Pac versus Cassidy again? And I was there at Revolution. So, what a bad match. But, come on. Let's be serious here for a second here. Come on. Miro came out for an interview. Thank God he dropped the dead weight. Basically talking about everybody's got gold and he has a problem and he wants to face Darby Allin next week. And he has a contract and, this allows him to get this title shot. And, if Darby tries to forfeit, he will, give up the title. But Miro says, I don't need any handouts. You show up. You don't mind dying. So I'm going to be the man to kill you next week. So we'll see what happens with that. But in the main event, we finally got it. The Blood and Guts match. Inner Circle. Pinnacle. Lot to say about this match. 2-minute intervals. Sammy Guevara and Dax started out. Gonna try to go over as much as I can as possible. I will say this. This was a really good match. Very bloody. One thing I liked about this match. We didn't rely on weapons a lot. It was just mostly, not and very seldom weapons too. It was mostly, but yeah, no. Basically, what was I talking about? Yeah, basically the difference is that it wasn't really relied on weapons. You saw a chair and a pipe here or there too, but you didn't really see like a lot of weapons. It was a bloody fight though. I will say that it was a brawl. I'm trying to go through everybody that came in each by each and whatnot from who. Not Hardwood. They were already in there, basically throwing each other back and forth on the cage. Guevara did before he started bleeding. Sean Spears coming in with the chair and whatnot. Of course, Ortiz was next. We saw the Spanish Fly, which was pretty cool on the ropes, which was good. One thing I like about the Inner Circle is that they all came out as prison inmates with their names of their cities and towns on the back of their gear as the Pinnacle came out in all white and whatnot. Who was next? Because Guevara got busted open from a chair. Wheeler came in then, basically going on for Ortiz then. Basically, they gave him like a big double brain buster. Santana was next in. He started coming in, basically brawling after that, going at everyone. Um, what was it? Trying to remember who was next in there. A giant brawl. Of course, we saw a big dive from Spears. Not Spears. So Guevara landing on everybody. Um, Santana and Ortiz basically went after FTR. Wardlow came in. He was during the commercial. I don't know why he had his during the commercial, picture in picture, which he was knocking everybody down. And after that, being the powerhouse out there, Hager came in. He started going after them. MJF was next. He took his time in the ring and basically told Jericho he'd be a dead man. Jericho was in there then. Basically, everybody regrouped. They all, stood in position, and then they all charged at each other then, as now it's by submission or surrender to end this match. Basically, as they charged at each other, they start brawling. Everybody was in there bleeding out there. Jericho taking a pipe, hitting MJF with it, I believe, in the face then. Um, what else was in there? There was a chair onto Spears, I believe, face. Basically, Guevara there hit the coast to coast on him. Very cool spot. I would say Guevara may be the MVP throughout this match, but Jericho uses baseball bat to choke out Wardlow and everything. Basically, they're beating the hell out of the Pinnacle out there, which they had to go through several commercial breaks, by the way, until they got to the top of the cage with Jericho and MJF. Jericho put him in the walls of Jericho. MJF didn't tap it. He hit him in the balls. Jericho in the balls. He put the Salt of the Earth armbar on him. Jericho kept saying no. MJF basically starts smashing Jericho's hand and stuff into the cage then and whatnot, trying to get him to submit. And then MJF had the diamond ring and he hit Jericho in the face with it and told Jericho surrender. He said no. And then this is the part was the lamest finish of the match I did not like. Okay. So MJF he's gonna throw Jericho off the cage, but then he tells the Inner Circle, stop, you better surrender. If you don't surrender, I'm gonna throw him off. You better do it. Or I'll throw him off. Which they all just surrendered easily. They just gave up like that. And then MJF basically gloated for a second and raised his arm. And then he knocked Jericho off, which you could clearly see this was a crash pad and all the cardboard on there. And he landed safely, okay? Jericho was okay, obviously. And then the producers and Dean Malenko came out and the crowd booed MJF, and that was the last thing on the cage. Like I said, it was a very good brawl. It was a very good match. These guys beat the hell out of each other. Like I said, what's different from a lot of these War Games matches is that they didn't rely on weapons beating the crap out of each other with. They came out there, they fought. It was very bloody. It was very brutal. The only thing I did not like was the finish of this match. Just of how easily, oh, I'm going to throw Jericho off the cage. You better give up right now. And, of course, the cardboard crash pad. As my friend Steven would say, this is the second time AEW has done another one of these super crazy hardcore matches with a very lame finish. First, it's the exploding barbed wire thing. Now, it's the cage thing with a lame finish. It was a very lame finish, okay? Obviously, the Pinnacle needed the win if we were going to ever take this team seriously, because I would have gone a better way of having them win or something than that finish. That just wasn't a good finish, okay? And seeing the cardboard didn't really help either. So I did not like that. Of course, the commercials were going to happen in there. They didn't bother me that much, but I barely paid attention to the picture anyways. But at least I guess this does give NJF and them to, go do something else now. Maybe go for the titles at this point or something, since they don't have to deal with Jericho and them anymore. I'm sure we'll probably see Jericho in the next few weeks, or maybe he's going to blame the Inner Circle because Sammy Guevara said, we surrender, we all surrender. So that could be the case. But yeah, I thought it was a lame finish, but a very good match. Overall, a very good show, and in a way, like I said, from the Blood and Guts match itself to, what else was on this show? Fatal 4-Way Tag Team I didn't really care about because I knew SCU was winning. Cody versus QT was okay. It was a good match, but it's nothing really to really write home about. And Cody went over, of course. Um, First match, same thing. It's almost like I see every week with Mox and all them and Naka get off my TV. Omega promo went too damn long. Baker just had a match just to have a match. I will say this before I go, and I know I heard this not that long ago because I didn't really look at the news early in the day. So I guess Double or Nothing will have a full capacity crowd on May the 30th, I believe. I know Tony Khan tried to take shots at WWE and it backfired on him, which he made himself look like an idiot. But I will say this. I try not to say that much when it comes to the whole crowd thing and whatnot because I'm not going to go into a whole COVID conversation because obviously we're all going to have different opinions on that. Given that's a full capacity crowd, it is outside. I will say that too. All I can say is this. I'm sure AEW will have mask requirements and, make sure if you have vaccinations or whatnot and everything. Because we all know how WrestleMania went, and at least that was, well, it's a bigger venue, but, they spaced people out and still the same thing. I'm not going to go into UFC right now because that was in a closed environment, and obviously they did not give a fuck about that, okay? And I don't know if we ever heard any cases or they want to hide the cases. I don't know because I'm sure people either, they want to go or they don't want to go or I don't know. It's a complicated situation to talk on because it's going to be many different opinions through all of this. Okay, so I you know I don't know. You know what? Like I said, you go into at your own risk. Be safe. That's all I got to say when you go. How AEW will figure it out, I'm not really sure. But as someone say, the world has changed in some ways due to vaccinations. But hey, COVID's still out here, so don't take that shit lightly at the same time, too. But then again, let's remember, all of this is in Florida, people. Florida. Florida don't give a fuck. We've known that since the beginning of this whole shit, okay? So it's anything goes. Why do you think everything has operated mostly out of Florida? Okay, this is Florida. So we'll see what happens when we do get a live crowd, a full live crowd at Double or Nothing. So I don't know. Like I said, it's many different opinions on it. So hopefully they take the requirements and protocol to keep everybody safe out there. And it's like what 550 people. So I don't know, but you think you want to social distance people out, but I don't know. Hey, it's a vaccine too, so like I said, it's different opinions on this. So I'm sure my opinion is very different from your opinion on this. So that's just my little thought on the whole thing, okay? But all I can say is good luck to him. Good luck to him. But I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think about this show. Follow me on Twitter. Cinco de Mayo. It's like different holidays every day. From Bullet Club Day to May the 4th be with you to Cinco de Mayo. And what is it tomorrow? Revenge of the Six and whatnot. So there you go. So yeah, follow me on Twitter at HoodedKnight890. Check out any other video that is online right now. I'm out. See you guys later. Peace.